All right, welcome to the mentorship program. I am here with a tremendously successful entrepreneur, Brett Figueroa.
Awesome, thanks, Dan.
Brett's in from Colorado, longtime friend of mine, successful entrepreneur. Used to work for Tony Robbins, has run his own company, trained 3,000 companies from around the world.
Yeah.
And you are here today to share some thoughts.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I'm excited.
Thanks for having me.
So,
in.
Brett, this is the mentorship program.
Okay.
We've got young entrepreneurs and people want to get better from all over the world. And we're providing tools and strategies to help them either make more money, start their own business, or obviously be better people. So
that's exciting.
That's what we're here for.
That's exciting. Well, that's my passion.
That's it. That's it.
That's it.
So let's talk here.
Awesome.
We've got people here that are looking to go from point A to point B, right? Whether they want to start a new business, whether they want to have a great relationship or get out of a relationship or double their income, they want to do something.
Right.
And so
Gotcha.
talk to me about, what do you think a key component to that would be?
Well, I would definitely say that, first of all, I acknowledge and applaud that entrepreneur.
Yeah.
I mean, entrepreneurship, you and I both know, it's not easy.
No.
Right? I mean, there's obstacle after obstacle after obstacle, and so many of different things that come up, and roadblocks and all that kind of, stuff that comes along the territory with being an entrepreneur. So for those that are watching right now, I have huge amounts of, applause and kudos for that entrepreneur that's watching in. I would first of all start out of the gate. First of all, we're saying, there's a lot of entrepreneurs where you've got a great product, you've got a great service, you've got a great idea. But many times what I find is one of the missing ingredients is really that person having the belief in themselves. Really having that belief that they actually can do it.
Right.
Right? Because many times it's like they might look and go, yeah, but I've never done it before, and my dad attempted it, and my mom attempted it, and granddaddy attempted it, and all that kind of stuff, and they kind of focus their eyes on maybe things that haven't worked out. But the fact is, if you begin to shift and look at entrepreneurs that have made it, and to begin to create that inner belief within inside of yourself that you can do it. And
right.
Right? And so people ask, well, Brett, how do you get to that place?
Right. I mean, because everybody
from a tangible standpoint.
Everybody's sitting here going, okay, I've got this product I want to launch.
Yes.
I know it's going to work. I know people need it.
Right.
I know they want it. And they've got that uncertainty.
They have that uncertainty,
fear.
And that's a common thing.
Right.
I mean, I haven't read or studied or watched any entrepreneur that goes, they come out of the gate, with, and they have that inner demon that says, oh gosh, can I pull this off? Can I do this?
Can I do it?
And so I think the thing is to create what we call the stacking effect. And the stacking effect is really look at the things in your life that you have done. Look at the things in your life that you have accomplished, the things that you have overcome, and the obstacles that were in your way that you were able to, for whatever reason, pull through and get yourself to the other side.
Right.
And I think that if you can stack enough of those type of successes, because I'm sure there's nobody that's out there for the most part that goes, oh, I'm just one big failure.
Right.
I have failed my entire life since birth. I doubt that that's anybody that's really truly watching. And the fact is, if you've taken enough risk, or you've had the idea that to be an entrepreneur, that somewhere along the journey you've created some really great successes along. Just the time is to kind of step in, reflect, and to look at those, and to take note of those, and allow for that to stack. So all of a sudden you look and go, maybe I can do this.
Maybe I can.
Maybe I can. Maybe I do have that belief, and maybe I can create that belief inside myself. For this time right here and being an entrepreneur. And I think if somebody, you got a great product, you have a great service, you have a great idea, but you don't have the belief, that's a mismatch, and that's going to be a tough one.
Right.
Right? If you have great service, great product, great offering, great that, and you have the belief in yourself that you can accomplish it, that you can do it, then you'll figure a way to do it.
What do you think that gap is between someone saying, I believe it, I can do it, I believe in myself, and then, as you know, there's that gap between intention or belief and actually implementation.
Well, we were talking about this earlier today, that for so many people, they live in the should zone. And, that should zone is, I should do this, and I should do that, and I should start my project, and so the gap really becomes from what they should do and what they must do. And I believe that if you can, as an entrepreneur, differentiate between, is it a should, should I do these things or is it a must? And one of the things that I've always learned is that in life we get what we must have. And so, so if you're committed to becoming an entrepreneur and you have an idea, you have a vision, you have a dream, you create that belief about yourself, then you've really got to look and bridge the gap between just an idea and actual, the follow through on that to really look and go, is it a should or a must? If it's a must, you'll do it. If it's a should, well, it'll be like all the other shoulds that you have. Right? They don't go anywhere. It's just I should.
It's true. And obviously these interviews are meant to help you get to where you want to go, because I know a lot of people right now who say, oh yeah, I really should get this done.
Right.
I really should get to the gym.
Right.
I really should file my LLC. I really should connect with that. I really should reach out.
Right.
And then of course, nothing happens.
Right.
And so the key is like you said, getting from that should to the must.
That's right.
You must follow through, because like Brett said, I bet there's nothing that you had to have in your life or was a must and you didn't get it.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So if it's a
Absolutely.
must, we talk about that all the time.
That's
the
right.
difference between successful people and people who aren't successful is the successful people, they put their back against the wall now.
That's right.
And say it's a must now.
Right.
Right. Not when
Right.
it really is.
Right. So if you make it a must and identify what are the musts of your business. What are those musts that every single day, if you were executing those, you would have the lifestyle, you would have the freedom, you would have the business that you so desire. So what are those musts?
Right. And I think some people don't know.
Sure.
And I think what I want to help people in the mentorship program is that it's really all, here's what today's society is all about. They see young entrepreneurs, Lambos, parties, wearing nice clothes, whatever. It might just be Instagram pictures, but it's what we see. And so there's people in this mentorship program, Brett, that said, oh, well, this guy here, he's been in business for 6 months. He's got a Lambo. But you and I both know that success doesn't happen like that.
Right.
It typically happens when you have an idea and you implement steps and you're consistent over time, whether it's 6 weeks or 6 months or 6 years.
Right.
That's when success starts to happen.
Right. Yes, and I get that the fact is some people do create fast success. I mean,
it happens.
It happens. For some, they have great success. None that I've personally met.
Right.
I mean, for the most part, right? For most of the people I've met, they've gone through their struggles, they've gone through their trials and their tribulations. And it's easy to get into the eye candy in today's world. I mean, through Facebook ads, through Instagram, and through Snapchat, and through LinkedIn. I mean, there's so much eye candy out there that's attempting to lure us into, if you do this, you can have this. And having those things are great. You can have a big mansion, you can have all those things. But what I would say as an entrepreneur is not to make that your purpose. Not to make that your mission. Right. Right. Because we've met so many people. They get the Lambo, but after 6 months, it's just a Lambo that drives too low to the ground, makes too much noise, and super bumpy. Right. And so I think the bigger thing from my experience is to get really super connected to what your passion is, what your purpose is, what's your commitment to make an impact through your product, your services, and your offering. Oprah Winfrey, which she's done fairly well, right? Only billions of dollars that she's made. But many years ago, she wrote a book called Make the Connection. And so for her, it's about make that connection between what you have and what your offering is and the impact that you can make to the world in which we all share together. So you have to really figure, am I in this game just to get rich and just to make money and to have a whole bunch of cash over the side? And like, maybe it is. But I think that those that are entrepreneurs that are really truly the most fulfilled, fulfilled are the ones that really make that connection. And then by doing that, make that connection, it allows for us to pull through the tough times. It allows for us to get ourselves to do the things that we don't necessarily want to do. And
so you're talking about making the connection between taking the action and having some type of meaning behind it.
Absolutely.
Is that what you're saying? Some
Absolutely.
Contribution, some giving back to society.
That's right. Something. I mean, we're all here for a reason. Now, I honestly don't think that your audience that's listening is, I'm here to let me just take, let me get, a whole bunch of goodies in my life. I really truly believe that if you're somebody that's invested into a program such as this, and into a training such as Dan and his interviews and mentorship and things of that nature, that you're here for a bigger cause, a bigger reason. And that many times the only thing that prevents us is really that sense of fear that we might have. And I'm saying let go of that. Let go of that fear.
Love it.
Let go of the fear. Create the belief inside yourself. Identify what are the musts that you must do every day to create the compounding effect where ultimately you have the success necessary.
And what drives it, what I heard you say, is the reason, the passion, the contribution, the give back, whatever it is.
Right.
Because we had talked about this earlier, is that you might have read some interviews by Bill Gates or seen some YouTube videos, or no, it was Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs talked about you've got to have so much passion and so much meaning behind what you're doing, because if you don't, you're never going to be successful because there's always so many obstacles. So if it's just about making money, it's not going to happen.
It's not.
Short term.
Yeah, short term. And so the thing is to know in advance that it's going to happen.
Yes.
You're going to have obstacles. It's to know in advance. I think it's a little delusional to go in and go, yeah, I'm not going to have any, setbacks or, any issues. You're going to have lots of them. And I think that it's through our resilience. Going down is okay. I've been down 1,000,000 times over. I'm sure you've gone down 1,000,000 times. The most successful go down, they just don't stay down.
Right.
And I think that if you're, as an entrepreneur, you're willing to break through that, whatever you have going on inside from an internal, willing to get yourself to do the daily disciplines and know that you're going to go through some tough, rough times, but it's those tough, rough times that are going to build that muscle, right? It's going to build that muscle and strengthen you from the inside out. You'll be the biggest and strongest entrepreneur that's out there.
Boom.
Boom.
Boom. That's true. It's true.
Yeah.
So Brett's talking about your belief system, the things that we've talked about before, your belief, because your belief drives your behavior. And then he's talking about what are the things that you must do in your business every single day, and then connecting that with the purpose, the reason why you're doing
Absolutely.
it. And I think what I want to share with my audience, Brett, is it just doesn't happen overnight. I mean, it just doesn't happen where, like anything, you sign up for this mentorship program and all of a sudden 3 months later you're a multimillionaire.
Right.
We hope that happens.
Right.
But the key is it's focus, it's dedication. It's like Brett says, stacking those successes, that knowledge, the actions on top of one another, and seeing where it all goes.
Yeah.
And that's where the discipline comes. You've got to keep doing it when others say, I want to do it, I want to be successful, but they don't do it.
Right. I mean, it's real simple, and like you said, it doesn't happen overnight. And I think that a lot of times the belief, the false belief is that people have, and the delusion that people have is that they're almost about ready to soon begin to get started at some given point in time down the road. I'm not exactly sure when, but I think it's Monday. And if it's not Monday, it's definitely next Monday.
Oh, it's not that Monday.
I mean, it's coming.
The new year.
It's coming.
That's when I start my life. It's New Year.
And if it's not that, it's always about ready to soon begin to happen. And so one of the things that I've really seen with people that are caught up, they have a job. So many of these entrepreneurs are listening. You might have a job, right? You might have a job right now. You have an idea, the vision of something that you are looking to create in your life. And so the delusion that happens for a lot is that when I have the time, when I quit my job, then I'll get started. And so they're always about ready to get started because they're always so afraid to quit their job. So they're kind of this, I'm going to quit this week, but I'm not because I'm afraid. I'm going to quit next month, but I'm not because I'm afraid. I think the key is to start. And I was talking to somebody the other day and they go, gosh, if I didn't have this job, then I would spend 7 hours today at the library. And I said to her, I said, yeah, but you do have a job. But you do have a job. And so I said to her, I said, well, let me ask you a question. I said, if you were to just take 1 hour a day, just one, not 7 or 5 or 3 or even 2, just 1 hour a day working on your own physical body.
Yes.
What kind of a difference would you make with your body? Just 1 hour a day into your marriage, just 1 hour a day into your finances, just 1 hour a day into your entrepreneurship.
Right.
Like just 1 hour a day. And let that 1 hour, like one of my favorite quotes from Jim Rohn is, he said, miss a meal, don't miss 10 minutes of your reading. Like, let that 10 minutes stack every single day. And if you as an entrepreneur, get out of the delusion, I'm about ready, just put in an hour a day.
Right.
And then on the weekend, if you have an extra 3, 4, 5 hours, put an extra 3, 4, 5 hours in.
Do it.
It's
Yep.
it's like money. You know, if you have more money, at least have a little minimum standard that you put into your savings. And then when you have a little bit of extra, put in a little bit of extra.
Exactly.
And just let that grow. Don't take the money out. Just let it grow and compound and create the miracle of compound interest.
So Brett, just so I'm clear, what I heard you say is that a lot of people have these things that they're going to get started. I'm going to get started. I'm going to get ready. I'm going to get ready, and then they never do it.
Right.
And so what Brett's saying is that if you're saying, well, I want to do it, but I have a job. Well, you do have a job. And so the key is you can still do it by taking action steps every day. You don't have to go research for 7 hours. Maybe you can do it for 30 minutes tonight.
That's right.
But you stack that 30 minutes every night over a course of a month. You've got 15 hours towards your business.
That's right.
And so all of a sudden you're 15 hours closer than you were last month.
Right.
And that's what we're talking about, right? We're talking about doing it.
Every day have a little bit that you do in what your outcome is. You know, I've written 3 books, and as you've written books.
Yes.
But I'm not a quote book writer. You know, I write books, but books for me are like, right? But so it's hard for me to sit and look into a computer and to be focused and, you know, not have to go use the bathroom and go get water and go change the laundry and go mow the lawn. But to actually sit and stay focused is really tough for me. But I also recognize that unless I write pages every day, no book's gonna get done. And so I recognize that some days I'll write 1 page, some days I'll write 3 pages, some days I'll write 10 pages, but every single day I make sure I page write.
Right. That's exactly right.
I mean,
you're writing pages.
You're writing pages. No pages, no books.
2 pages or 10 pages. You're writing pages.
My outcome is to make sure that at least every day I'm contributing something into that outcome. So at the end of the time, the book is done. So most people say, oh, I have a big goal of writing a book. I'm like, dude, a page a day and 200 pages. You'll be done in 200 days. I mean, in 2 pages a day, you'll be done in 100 days. 3 months down the road, 3 months down the road, you got a book.
Well, in today's world, they're putting out 2-page PDFs and calling them a book.
Right.
You can get a book in 2 days.
That's right. Get an ebook. Download it now.
That's right.
2 pages.
That's right. So it really gets down to progress, taking action, and making you a priority. You know, we are always doing all these things. Obviously, you're in the mentorship program because you want to get better.
Yeah.
You've got to take action every day and aligned with what you want to get done. And that's what Brett's talking about is taking action every single day and not saying, oh, I'm going to get way out, make sure, Thursday's my day to get started. No, today's your day.
Right.
So if this is the first time you haven't gotten on any calls or anything, this is the first thing you've ever watched with the mentorship program, well, good for you. Jump in your platform and start doing the training like you should be doing. Start today.
Right. Yeah, I think it's really about taking action.
Taking action.
It's really about taking action and allowing the action to grow and allowing that action to compound. And, I'd also, another quick little thing I'd like to share here is that to really make the distinction. So great dreams, great visions, great goals, entrepreneur, all that kind of stuff. And I think the really important aspect to really look at here is in being an entrepreneur and creating what your outcome is to identify, is this just something you want or is this something you're totally committed to having happen?
Good point.
And so, one of the things that I find is that for the people that just want things, because a lot of people want to be entrepreneurs, that's the fact. They want out of their job, they want out of their 9 to 5, they want out of the, the corporate climbing of a ladder where at the end you get a little watch and a little certificate and it says great job and come to the holiday party. And and that's it. So a lot of people want things, but there's very few that are committed. And so I find that people that want things stop when it's no longer convenient.
True.
Right?
Absolutely true.
I mean, people that just want things. Like, I want to lose weight. Yeah, but when it's no longer convenient to go to the gym, they stop.
Right.
I want to get rich, but when it's no longer convenient to invest that money, they quit. So I think the key distinction is to really identify with inside your own self, is this really just something you want, or is this something you're absolutely committed to?
Right.
And begin to look at your footprints of action as a indicator of whether it is something you want or whether it's something you're committed to. Because you'll know through your footprints of action, I know through my footprints of action through writing pages every day that I'm committed. And then through that commitment, it reinforces my own inner belief.
Bingo.
It reinforces it. Take action.
Take action.
Take action. Yes.
That's a great way to end the interview, Brett.
Awesome. Great.
So, Brett
Yes.
Figueroa. Brett, how can they get a hold of you?
They can get a hold of me at brettfigueroainternational.com. They can also reach me on my cell. So I make myself available via cell. You can send me a text.
Wow.
So I like to, leave open communication. And hey, I'm open, man. I'm a human just like you. And you want to send a text, you want to send an email, you can reach me on my cell at 303-921-3017. And if I don't answer, I don't answer. Leave a message. I'll get back with you at some point. It might be that day. It might be a week from that. I'm not sure. But you can reach me at Brett Figueroa International. Also have my cell. And look forward to being in further communication.
Awesome. So,
thanks for having me here today, Dan.
Brett,
Great.
you're welcome.
Awesome. Thanks.
All right, y'all.
Yep.
I hope you enjoyed the interview, the mentorship program. This is all
Yes.
about providing you with the tools you need to get you where you want to go. And Brett's an incredibly successful guy. He's overcome tremendous obstacles. How many books have you written, Brett?
3.
3 books. Tremendously successful, and I'm just so pleased you were here today
Awesome.
to
Me too.
speak with us. So
Awesome. Thank you.
see y'all guys. See
Awesome.
y'all later. And again, the mentorship program.
Go make it happen.
Your track to success.
Yes.
See you.
Great.